veteran, absolute fantastic guy. Give it up for Phil Kolas!
Tiger crew, everyone, let him hear it. Another round of applause for CM Jones, too. And Sam 14, give him a round of applause, too. I was the French man in the corner. Thanks for coming, folks. Really appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around in the hottest day of the year, apparently, in the basement. Low pressure system. Whatever. We're not weathermen. We're philosophers. We're not useful like that. Hi, everyone. Well, appreciate you all for coming. So here's the premise. I also graduated with a philosophy degree. It took me 19 years, but I died. As you know and have seen through this example, philosophy has a straight white dude problem. 4 for 4 this show, 98% of most books in the canon. I'm 42. I know that's a worrisome white dude age to be in 2026. But it's like I said, what I'm going to try to do with this whole presentation is to let you know that at least this is what a 42-year-old is capable of, to be woke, and that's a good thing. I have empathy. So if you see another 42-year-old and you're like, oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, they'll never learn, go fuck you, Phil Kolas. Like, you guys let me know how I'm doing. So that's what the headline's about. That's what the headline show is about. So, we get off to the races. My name is Phil Kolas. That's Greek. So you think we could translate my name into English, you need something sexy and mysterious. But it doesn't. At all. Full name back home, it's Philosophology. Yeah, right? Awesome. You translate that into English, and it means lover of horses, pumpkin farmer. Shit. And my dad's like, well, I'm named after King Philip, the father of Alexander the Great. Then name me Alexander, asshole. I don't know why I went with pony fucker. That's unnecessary. I have 3 older brothers. He saved that name for me. Bullshit. I went to Planned Parenthood to get an STD test. Because I hope to have sex someday and I want to be prepared. This guy is good. He's locked in. It's going to go smart to stupid. It's going back and forth on this. I was waiting in the lobby of Planned Parenthood, and there was a couple in there that had a toddler with them. In the lobby of Planned Parenthood. They thought that was really sad because that meant their last appointment didn't take. Yeah. I'm gonna let you guys soak in that because I am. It's okay, guys. Abortions aren't the only thing Planned Parenthood does. They're just the coolest thing Planned Parenthood does. Yeah, right? It's awesome. They do lots of other stuff. They do STD and pregnancy tests, which are the same thing. That's good. They give you free condoms after every appointment. They give you a knapsack full of condoms. That shit rules. I'm sitting on so many free Planned Parenthood condoms, it's probably a crime in Texas. They give free clinics to broke people, men and women. I go, just like taking time out of my stage time to let people know what Planned Parenthood does, because apparently that's not common knowledge. Because I told my friend Eric that I was going in for an STD test, and his exact response was, that's weird. I didn't even know Planned Parenthood did dude stuff. Don't know what dude stuff is, bro. Sounds hot. All right. It's just a regular Planned Parenthood appointment, but everyone's wearing handlebar mustaches for some reason. Also, if you guys know, a couple of years ago, our governor, Tim Walz, T-Dog, big T-Dog, he passed some legislation locking in abortion rights for all Minnesota citizens, north, south, east, and west. I'm very into that. That rules. That's really cool. But also now that means Minnesota is now surrounded on 4 sides by 4 shittier, less pro-choice states. We're even on the news. I've heard them refer to Minnesota as an abortion island, which is the shittiest reality TV show I've ever heard in my life. Nobody reads that. One other abortion joke, because I know they're killing. And, killing. Didn't even think about it. And, like, I'm 100% in favor of them, everyone, everywhere, it doesn't matter, every person, 100%. Give them a clip, punch card, 10th one free, I don't care. Go for it. But you have the argument with a lot of people, and the stupidest position I've ever heard is people who are, I'm in favor of abortion except in the 3rd trimester. Doesn't make any fucking sense at all. You guys all know that all third trimester abortions are emergencies, right? Like that's somebody who wanted a baby and then something came up and they couldn't, now they need an abortion. No one's holding off until the third trimester. You're like, when's the baby feel pain? Thursday, we'll do it Friday, 3-day weekend. Thanks. I don't have any kids. 42-year streak. I do have nieces and nephews. Like I said, big Greek family, so we've got a lot of kids. And they were baptizing my niece a couple months ago, and they never asked me to be godfather. It's weird. You guys get it. You met me 5 years ago. It's not a position for me. But like they're dunking my niece, and my brother's saying he's the godfather. And when you're the godfather, you have a script of things you have to say, but you don't have to memorize them. You just have to repeat back what the priest says to you. Right? And now you say this. And now I say this! Great, you can't fuck that up. Can't go wrong. At one point, the priest tells my brother to spit on the devil. And my brother turned his head and he spit on my niece. Just to the dome, like you fucking splat. And even the priest's like, no, on the floor, on the devil. Like, oh no. Oh shit. Now I'm just waiting for anything awesome to happen to this kid in the next 20 years. Like, oh, look at that, Sam. She's a lesbian heavy metal singer. That's all you. The devil got her. I don't believe in the shit that grandma does. I'm gonna ruin Thanksgiving in 20 years. And then after the dunking, we had a reception back in my brother's place. And the priest is there, the guy that did the dunking. And the priest got into an argument with my brother about transgender people in bathrooms. Oh yeah. Let me tell you, just how I want to spend my Saturday. I get it, you guys are tense, you're not sure where I'm going to go with this. All I'm going to do, I know, I get it. I'm in the show too. I can feel it. I'm just going to put my foot down and draw a line in the sand about is that if you're in my backyard having a screaming argument about the best way to keep kids safe from being molested, the one group that doesn't get to have an opinion in that argument is a priest. Yeah, you saw that coming, right? Yeah. Front row, caught that shit. Check the numbers, stats don't lie. Put a priest next to a transgender person, one of these two people is going to wear real weird clothes and can't be left unattended with children, and the other person is just transgender. Fucking real sick. Real sick of these washed up, gray, wrinkly old assholes writing laws about my trans friends' genitals. That shit can stop immediately. Bunch of saggy dickheads who've never gone down on their wives. Writing laws about my trans friends' genitals. Bunch of cloudy, dusty coffin fuckers who couldn't pick their wife's vagina out of a lineup, working themselves into a piss storm about whether my friend Ricky's penis is homegrown or upcycled. You can shut the fuck up. My trans friends' genitals. Thanks, guys. I also love working with immigrants. Immigrants fucking rule. Yeah, they just do. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys a story. It was a lot of fun. I was working like a cubicle farm. And I was at the lunch table, and the next table, I was eavesdropping on 3 women having a conversation in Chinese. I don't speak Chinese. I'm going to tell you guys what I heard. Don't worry, I'm not going to do a Chinese impression for you. Relax, I know what I'm doing. This is what I overheard from the next table. Chinese, 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 Chinese. And that bitch Jennifer in HR. Chinese, Chinese, Chinese. Angry Chinese. All right, what do we know? What can we deduce from that? Chinese, they don't have a word for HR. They don't have a word for Jennifer. I looked it up. They have a word for bitch, but it takes 3 syllables. It's faster to swear in English. We have better swear words. Shit, bitch, fuck, ass, cunt. It's way better. We should all be very proud of ourselves. Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah. I like speaking languages. I don't know if you guys knew other countries have languages where they have different words for the sounds we make for our words. It's crazy. And some people don't know I'm joking with that. But like, I think it's not, you should learn how to say thank you in multiple languages. Not for politeness or being nice, but because if you get an Uber driver that speaks a language you know how to say thank you in, you can figure out how much shit they were talking about you on the drive based on how freaked out they get when they hear you say thank you in their language. I fucking nailed the dude with it like a month ago. I still remember. He picked me up, we shake off, he's on a phone call speaking pure Arabic. I'm like, oh, it's good. 10-minute drive, I don't say anything. We pull up to the parking lot. I get out of the car. I say thank you. I go, shukran. And he goes, you speak Arabic? I go, salam alaikum. And I close the door on him. And I gave him 5 stars, tipped him 20% on the app. Got him. So lately, my favorite pastime, I've been getting high and watching videos of ICE agents sucking at their job. That shit rules. Oh my god. Built the algorithm brick by brick, I'm telling you. It's worth it. Just fucking watch these dudes slip on ice, fucking get chased away by reporters, drop kicked in the face by Mexican dudes. Fuck yeah, let me have it. Give it to me. I saw this one, it was incredible. This dude, like, pro tip, he had his jacket zipped open, right? It's wide. And like he punches the ICE agent and he's running away and the ICE agent's chasing him and he grabs the jacket, but the dude slips out. He looked like an angel, like, ha! Like, it was incredible. And I'm screaming like I'm watching the Super Bowl, like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, cut it, break his fucking ankles, get him! It was so much fun. So take that home for me. Just have to respect, like, I was born here, but my dad was an immigrant from Greece, not France, that's my mom's side. Anyway, and, like, my dad was fine. I'm going to tell you guys a few stories just to take time. One time when I was 14, I was in the Greek mountains with my dad. Having a good time. And we were in the mountains, and there was a restaurant, and out in front of the restaurant, there was a donkey tied to a tree. Why wouldn't there be? Of course. And my dad, he goes, hey, Phil, get on the donkey. I'll take your picture. Obviously. Sounds great. Why wouldn't I trust my dad? So I'm just going to tell you guys, spoiler alert, I have a scar on my arm right here, and it's right here. It's not one of those scars, don't worry. Awesome. So I get on the donkey. If you guys know about donkeys don't like doing stuff they don't want to do. But he's not a horse, right? He's not going to go crazy and kick me off. He's very demure with his hatred. He's very controlling. What the donkey does, and he just very slowly walks me towards the tree he's tied to. There's a low-hanging branch, and he just scraped me off his back. And I had to put my arm up, and the branch just catch me. Yeah, it was fucking awful. It's like, that's it, 25 years, it's still there. But like, and that was awful, but it could have been a lot worse. They were fucking with a donkey, you get kicked in the head, and I think that's where my timeline diverged. Like, I would have had a different life. If I had been kicked in the head when I was 14 by a donkey, I would have been at the Capitol on January 6th. I think it would have played out a little more different. My dad was an old dude. It was like, he was talking to my sister, and this was before she was married, and he tells my sister, like, you need to learn how to cook and clean so you can be a good wife for your husband. And my sister deadpan, she goes, I'll just marry a woman and have her cook and clean for me. Yeah, right? That's what you say to an 75-year-old asshole who's in his salt. But my dad, he used the CPAP machine, and I could never get it to work right, because it kept him alive. I'm kidding you guys, relax. He's dead. It's fine. He died from dementia. He forgot to put the CPAP on. But like, when he's passing away, like, we knew it was time, but he hadn't died yet, and we were like around him, and then everyone left, and it was just me. I'm a night owl, so I was the last one to see him a couple hours before he passed. And like, I'm talking to him, and I'm playing Greek music from my phone, and like, trying to process it by myself, real intricate stuff. And then the hospice team, the nurses, they came in every 2 hours, did incredible work. They lifted him, they changed the sheets with him on it, they changed his clothes, they added to his medicine, they wiped him down, they took care of him, and then they left. And I said thank you, and I sat for a minute, and the first thought that crossed my mind was, that's the saddest NASCAR pit stop I've ever seen in my life. So I'm laughing alone with my dying father. I don't know what the fuck the nurses are thinking. But it's weird, the family didn't let me tell that story at the eulogy, so, whatever. And, comedy show with philosophers. Of course I have a second joke about death. Why wouldn't I? I'm a professional. I have a friend, and his wife died 2 years ago. Hysterical, I know. And, like, he's doing okay, but I watched him process his grief online, where, like, he's posting photos of these beautiful, like, sunsets and the parks. We have Minneapolis has incredible parks, and he's, like, taking advantage of them, and he's trying to remind himself that there's beautiful things worth living for. And he's going to all these restaurants and experiencing all these experiences, and I'm checking in with him and making sure he's okay, and I'm also asking him about those restaurants. Because he's doing me a favor. He's my sad little canary. I send him ahead to the restaurants like, hey bro, you should probably go process your grief over at the new barbecue place. This is what your wife would have wanted. Thanks, guys. Yep, dead lady, dead right, got it. Took her down a peg, got it. It's coming up on fall, and a lot of guys complain that their girlfriends are taking them to apple orchards, which, it's not that big of a deal, man. I hear a lot of comedians complain about being taken to apple orchards. Usually just be glad you have a girlfriend. That's all I'm going to say about that. Show some gratitude, motherfuckers. But I've been to an apple orchard. It's not that bad. You just got to do what I do. Before you go, just take a bunch of mushrooms. Shit rules. If your girlfriend doesn't do mushrooms, fucking get a better girlfriend. I got nothing else for you. But you got to take the right amount of mushrooms before you hit the apple orchard. You got to hit the pocket. You got to take just enough where you think you own the apple orchard. Well, come on in. Yeah, have down to many acres. You're welcome people in. It's fucking great. You overdo it, you go across the line when you start getting naked because you think you and your girlfriend are Adam and Eve and you've reverted back to the Garden of Eden. Oh shit, it's all apples, we're fucked with the setup! Don't you guys like that one? I never believe in God unless I'm on mushrooms. It's true. It's also the only time I like jazz music. I know, it doesn't say a lot for me, but it also doesn't say a lot for God or jazz music. I don't know what you guys know about people on mushrooms. We're not hard to impress. We're pretty much down for anything. Just, God stuff is on my mind because I'm, one of my other nieces, not the one that got dumped, an older niece got married, and we, before the marriage, we went down to Iowa to meet the other family because when two families get married, they have to meet and discuss dowry. It's very important. And, they're having a Saturday party to meet everyone, and they brought a priest to bless the food. Have you guys ever seen the priest outdoors, in the sun and shit? They look like a lost librarian. It's incredible. Oh buddy, you're overstimulated, aren't you? All right, let's get you back to your girls club. Okay. But they had him bless the food. As bro, this is Iowa casserole. What are you worried about? I wasn't worried until you wanted to bless the food. Unless this magic spell turns these raisin cookies back into the chocolate chip I thought they were, I'm not impressed. Nobody needs any of this. And my family, our side, they know me, and they love me, and they know I don't believe in God at all. They do, but we've never had an argument about it. We totally get along. It's not a problem. They know I'm not into the pyramid scheme, but that's fine. And we love each other. It's okay. This other family is new. They don't know me yet, so I have to inform them of that in the classiest way I possibly can. And I hang out with them and I tell them, I have a day job. My day job, I help house Ukrainian refugees and get them resources they can make a life here in America. And then at night, I do stand-up comedy. So I told this new family, during the day I help Ukrainian refugees, and at night I do the Dark Lord's work. And one of them choked on their drink and spit out, made a mess. It was great. I guess the blessing did make it through aluminum, or I don't know, hit the drinks, but now you have Sprite up your nose. Congratulations. Another victory for Satan. It was just a lot, man. I went into the bathroom and fucking, there are a lot of crosses in this shithole. What is going on? There's more crosses in this bathroom than in the post bathroom. I know. They were bunched up and shit on the wall. It's man, if you want to drill something in the wall to help you poop, give me roller coaster handles. None of this grip and rip it. None of this stops and prayers, laxative shit. But then, the party was fine. Everything was fine except me. It was cheap butter. But it was okay. Everyone got along. The next morning, Sunday morning, I'm back at the hotel with my family. It's a hotel we got in Iowa. I'm going down to continental breakfast. I'm having breakfast. I'm 41. I'm a grown boy, of course. Takes me a few minutes to clue in. Oh, I'm the only adult who's eating breakfast here. All my brothers and sisters are going for church, and they can't have breakfast for communion. Oh, that sucks. Bummer, bro. I'm not gonna not eat my continental breakfast in this country and in sweets. I paid for it. Not while I got that fucking waffle maker. I will betray the savior for fresh made waffles with that syrup. I don't even need 30 pieces of silver. God help helps those who help themselves. Bless up, bro. But hey, you guys enjoy your dry bread you're going to have in 90 minutes. Go for it. They weren't even having coffee. They were just raw dogging at 8 a.m. Sunday morning. Fucking incredible. And let me make something real clear. I think most of my family is smarter than me. I know all of them make more money than I do. But they're all still like, yeah, like the invisible dude in the sky said he'd lock us in his basement, set us on fire forever if we have any of these dry Lucky Charms in his hotel lobby. Wouldn't be very lucky for us, I guess. All right, whatever. Does anyone know what a meat tooth is? I have one. It's just a gap in my tooth that every time I eat a meal with any protein, it gets stuck up there every single time. It's fucking infuriating. People call it a flavor saver. Like, that's the gist, right? I always get food stuck up there every single day, every single meal. And that's why I don't believe in God. Because that's either an evolutionary random happenstance, or it's antagonism from the Creator. He could have fixed that. That's a ½ centimeter. It's unnecessary. That's the thing, like, man, not only do I not believe in God, but even if he was real, I still wouldn't worship him. He's never going to be a breakfast worth of affection from me. Fuck that guy. I don't care. Well, he created all of it. He made this all happen. What about how anything is going now makes anybody want to high-five upper management? Not impressed, dude. I don't suck my landlord's dick just because he owns the building I live in. I do it because he has solar panels on the roof. And he lets refugees and immigrants stay in the building. It's positive reinforcement. He deserves a blowjob. That's good work. My landlord's doing more good than God right now, and that's a weird thing to say. Bibles and such, and reading books. You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover. I disagree with that for two reasons. First of all, that aphorism is very rude to the graphic design majors. They work real hard on those book covers. Secondly, sometimes you can judge a book by its cover. I was 14 in the library in my high school, and I found a book that had a dinosaur on the front. Fuck yeah. And it also had a hologram that when you move the page, the dinosaur would move. Yeah. I judged the shit out of that book that it was going to be awesome. I was 100% right. The other thing goes the other way too. A couple years ago at Christmas, I saw my sister's husband, my brother-in-law. He was reading a book. Good start. Sounds good to me. And the name of the book was 3 Ways to Destroy America. Like, hell yeah, bro, what's up? Give me the list. What's happening? But then I saw the book was written by Ben Shapiro. Yeah, you guys know. Like, for those of you who don't, Ben Shapiro is a Republican dingus. Which all that means is that the whole book is like, we can't give people free health care, that'll destroy America. Alright, whatever, man, who cares? Like, I'm not mad about the politics of the book, the politics or whatever. I'm just mad they wasted such a kick-ass book title on something so stupid. Like, imagine if you saw me reading a book called Fuck the Pigs. And you're like, hell yeah! And I was like, yeah, it's about this farmer. And he loves pigs and he hates free health care. Right, one other Jesus-y thing. A couple years ago at the state fair, I saw somebody that had a Bible quote tattooed on their shoulder, which would be fine, but they never have the quote, do they? They just have where to find it in the Bible. Like Jesus 4:20-69. It's like, motherfucker, don't make me Google it off your back. Get the whole thing, have some balls. Or get a tattoo that says, I like the Bible. There. Far less homework for me. I have a tattoo Moby Dick on my shoulder. You could probably guess I like the book Moby Dick. I don't have the Dewey Decimal System number for the library catalog, make you guess that shit. Also, nobody ever gets funny about the quotes tattooed on their body. They're out there. I'm going to read you my favorite one. If you guys want to turn the Bibles on we all brought tonight. This is real, by the way. Ezekiel 23:20. There she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose emissions were like that of horses. Praise Christ. That's real, 100%. I did that joke at a show, and this guy ran up to me real excited. Like, Ezekiel what? 23 what? It's like, dude, just do a Google search for Donkey General's Bible quote. It's the only one. Can't miss it. I'm just saying, if you tattoo that on your back, I'll give you a high five and stick it. Thanks. Like I said, I'm a reader, spend a lot of time on it. It's the only vice I have left. Which vice? Books? Yeah. We need to do as much as I do. Do you guys know that Hampton County has a passport contest in the summer where you can get a stamp at every of our 41 libraries? I've been to all of them. I needed that passport to chop up my cocaine. Hell yeah, let's do it. Library! Visiting library! Yeah! It's fucking rock and roll shit. Do you guys know 50 is the limit? I hit that ceiling several times. I cannot stop. Clear, I know I was hoarding books because it was like an anxiety thing. That had to be what it was. I was worried about shit, so I just wanted books because, when the big boom brings the great sky fire, I'll be one of the last to hold the old wisdom. I was just freaking out. And by the way, I know, hang on, fucking old wisdom, yeah. Because I quit drinking, I quit drugs, and I still have anxiety. I'm just not doing drinking and drugs and fucking strangers, which is better for my liver, but not as good for my social circle. Because I've still got anxiety, right? I'm healthier, but I'm not better. Is that track? Because again, it's not drugs or anything terrible, but I still fell asleep at work a couple weeks ago. I was up too late the night before, reading Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Now here's the thing with that banger of a book that you guys need to read. It rules. Because does anyone read it? Nobody. All right. All you need to know is that Margaret hadn't gotten her period yet, but then her evil villain Nancy had gotten her period yet, but it turns out she hadn't. So Margaret learned something about gossip and self-reliance and confidence. And then the book rewarded her with her menstruation, which ergo makes it a literary metaphor for wisdom and self-confidence. And it's 1:30 in the morning, I gotta finish this shit. What happens next? It was great. And I'm only reading that book and all these other books because it's a banned book. I read banned book lists. Out of spite is a legitimate emotion, and if you do dope shit with it, it's totally fine to read books and people don't want you to read it. I'm going to read the Quran, just because I know there's racist shitheels out there who don't want me to read it. I expect it to suck, just like the Bible and the Book of Mormon did. I'm going to push through anyway. Do you know how hard it is to read books sarcastically? I'm a hero. It's incredible. And you know what? Yeah, I go to the library, and guess what, you guys? There are a lot of homeless people in libraries. Okay, they don't bother me. I really don't care about them. Hanging out with, homeless dudes watching YouTube for stuff they're going to jerk off to later. Whatever. I don't care. The dudes that bug me are perfect, not homeless people, but there's dudes in a free library on a free computer watching a free YouTube video about how they shouldn't have to pay taxes anymore. That shit drives me fucking crazy. I hate those dudes way more than homeless dudes nodding off in the bathroom. He'll come to, he's gonna get his shit together, he's on the hustle. But Uncle Dave's over here learning, on my tax dollars, learning new slurs to ruin Thanksgiving with. Fuck that shit. And don't need that. Fucking sick of Uncle Dave's. Reading too much is fine. Being a 42-year-old straight white man, there's way worse hobbies to get into at that age. Everyone who looks like me who's my age made World War II their entire personality, and they're Nazis now. What the fuck, dude? Did you just watch the documentaries for the planes and tanks, my guy? What is going on? Just pick the side Optimus Prime would have been on. It's not that fucking hard. And this is really where a philosophy major comes in handy, because you learn philosophy, you learn how to argue, you learn how to read bad arguments. Because I know how to argue with these dudes, more specifically how not to argue with these dudes. It's a waste of time, because it's not a real argument. They're not coming from good faith, which is when two people whose brains work are trying to figure out something together. That's not these dudes. They're just dropping the most heinous bullshit on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere they can. So what I do when I run into one of those comments that just go for fucking broke, racist bullshit, I just go, hey man, that comment was a lot. I hope you can find some grace to forgive yourself for that someday. And then I gave them the phone numbers of the National Suicide Hotline. They go fucking crazy. And then they'll double down and go twice as hard and go hey man, I don't think Mr. Rogers would have appreciated that thing you just said. I'm sorry for whatever your parents did to you. And then I give them the website for National Association for Mental Health. It's really weird. It's way more fun than trying to convince them of anything. It's not how that shit works, guys. You don't have to try. I give you permission. But yeah, get a library card, piss off your pants. Yep. Not to Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, and that was the other thing, the other advice I wanted to give you. I know most of you probably already have a philosophy degree, but like it's one of the best ideas I ever had because I was in high school going into college, and I was like, I bet I could half-ass and make up every paper and still pass 100%. I was 100% right. That shit is so great. You can bullshit your way through a philosophy degree. Everyone should do it. Fucking, I did my final paper on why Fight Club sucked. It was my teacher's favorite movie, which was already more concerning. Like, are we handing out free Camel Lights at the orientation? What the fuck's going on here? But like, even the teacher's like, yeah, everything's spelled right. Staples in the upper left. Nothing matters. A+. So, being a philosopher, like I kind of set up in the front that like being 42, trying to keep up with stuff and not be a piece of shit. Like, if you graduate with a philosophy degree, but at any time in the rest of your life you become a bigot, you failed. You failed your philosophy degree. That's literally how it works, man. That's why that's one of the reasons I really like going into Pride, because it's not about me. Because it doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't have to. That's the thing, like, I might be wrong. That's the whole philosophy degree is about. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You might be wrong. You should look into it. About everything. And it's just, like, I'm just there as, like, a straight dude. And I'm always worried that, like, I just have to be not a piece of shit. It's not that hard. It's a real little part of clear. But, like, I'm walking around, I'm like, man, I hope I'm not stressing anybody out just by being here. We have a bad record. But they don't know that I'm Greek. And we invented lesbians, and that's important. It's true. They're called sapphic because the poets, you know this, the poet Sappho was a woman who wrote love poetry to women from the island of Lesbos. That's the shit where it comes from. You're welcome. That's what it is. And like, there's only the two best things Greeks invented were lesbians and democracy. And I used to think it was democracy, but now I think it's lesbians. Like, democracy took a few L's lately. I'm not really sure about that. So like, I'm into it. That's fine. I went to both prides. I went to People's Pride, where there's no corporations, and I went to Big Regular Pride, which like, I think no corporations is a good idea. Some of the corporations at Big Pride were fucking stupid. There was one, like, I never get this right. Leaf filter gutter guards. You're selling that at Pride. There's a lot of doers and Gen Z here, motherfuckers. Who's owning a house? What are you talking about? Why are you here? But it was also funny because leaf filtered gutter guards sounds like a double entendre for some like vegan birth control. That's it. 100 biodegradable dental dam. You finish up, just throw it in the compost pile. All right. Also, People's Pride didn't have any cops, which I thought was pretty great. Yeah, that shit rules. Which made me laugh in my head because they're like, oh, this is Muslim Pride. No pork. All right. Yeah, I get it. They're stupid what they do. Side note about cops. I'm only going to make fun of them because of who they are and what they do every single day. I was driving my car around, and some people had some signs in their front yard, and it, screamed like it's text, but it was in all caps. It was like, we support our heroes. All right, it's your house. You don't have to yell. We support our firefighters, ambulance drivers, and police officers. One of those is not like the other. One of those is going to try to blame me for calling them, and it's not the firefighters. And like, look, man, it's just like, it's really weird that you're never allowed to have a negative opinion about cops ever, even though they're public servants. That's literally on the cars they drive. Everywhere else in 2026, you're encouraged to review everything else, but not cops. Like, you're supposed to name your Subway sandwich artist by name in the Google review and he'll get a raise. But none of that applies to cops. Made 911 to make a wellness check on my neighbor. Cops came to the wrong house and shot my dog. 4 stars. All right, man. Worst people in the world are going to make your day a little hell. So yeah, anyway, going to Pride, People's Pride, and like, again, strict white dude, almost none of it applies to me. Just there to support, hang out, it's cool. Except for one table was polyamorous people, which is my people. I don't really like to say anything about it because polyamorous people never shut the fuck up about it. I don't know if you guys know this, at Pride, polyamorous people are the vegans of Pride. They will tell you right away. There's a tent next to them of leather daddies like, these motherfuckers gotta rein it in, Jesus Christ. There's a petition, like, is there a petition for something? No, we're just taking phone numbers in case you want to hang out later. But that doesn't give me pride cred, and I'm okay with that, guys. I want you to know I'm not complaining. You do not put me at the front of the line. That's not where I go. Like this gay kid who got kicked out of his house, and this trans person who just wants to piss in peace. You can't point the camera at me and then be like, what are you here for, straight white man? Oh, my girlfriend says I can have sex with anyone I want. And I'm feeling real oppressed about it. High five, me too, we shall overcome, right guys? Hey, wait up. That's not how that plays out. That's not how it goes. You put me on the side of the parade and I hand out water bottles. Even I know that. So, wrapping up, like I said. Yeah, this will be good. So, I've read all the philosophy books. Like I said, I have a conclusion. And it's going to be okay. The Meaning of Life and all that jazz. I checked it out. I know you guys have too, but I also did the extra reading for the last 20 years. Congratulations, you have a philosophy degree. Now reading harder is going to be fun for you. Congratulations. The hell. It's not. It's great. Like, I've checked the text and the meaning of life, and what is it? There isn't one. We made it up. It's all abyss. It's all bullshit. Everything's absurd. None of it makes any sense. There's no God behind it all. And that is really wonderful. That means we can make up the rules however we want. We can change the entire world tomorrow because we feel like it. We're limited only by our education and our imagination. And this is just to really wrap it up, like I said, the last part isn't really for you guys. You're here for a comedy show. You powered through, and it's a good show. And before I get to my final point, give another round of applause for Taga and CMJ. Thank you all. And I'm here to tell you, as a philosophy major, that nothing means anything, because that means that men and women cross-dressing their genders and playing around with that, and immigrants getting free health care, and women getting free abortions, and gay people getting gay-free weddings, and trans people getting free crotch surgeries. This is a message to the Supreme Court and everyone in the red hat motherfucker, everyone out there. All those things I mentioned does nothing to negatively affect your life, you crybaby bitch. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. That's philosophy. You can make it fucking awesome sometimes. It doesn't have to be boring. Talk it through, everyone. Let them hear it.
Yo, Kolas, you guys. Who knew a 42 would be so low, kid? I was walking the stairs, all I heard was, I don't suck my landlord's dick. I was like, what do you guys do? That's the shit.